All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to do the Rush issue number 5 from Vault Comics. Yeah, this is a 6 issue series. For those who are new, I urge you or not to check out my other ish videos. I'm not a particular big fan of this. Now, I just read this a moment ago and I was thinking about it. Um, I like immersion. I like immersion a lot, and what maybe I should point out the things that I do like. There's some story in here that is could be fun. They speak in, I believe, some kind of a. It's not really a language, but more like slang. So that is immersion to a certain degree, and I'm a big fan of immersion. I promote it, but the story was for me so unpleasant to read that I just checked out, which becomes, if I read the comic, it becomes, I become irritated because I couldn't comprehend certain words. What does it mean? How does it rhyme with certain other words? And I have to go to Google to translate what it actually means. That is not fun for me, which means that a potentially good story or a fun story or a compelling story is ruined for me. I think this book is benefiting from the trade paperback treatment that you can read it in one sitting, right? And so probably things would fit in more. The puzzles would be pieced together a little bit better. If you do it in floppy form, like I'm doing, every month, it's not for me. For instance, we have this moose here, and Miss Bridger. I don't know what the moose represents. It's more like a supernatural being, but I do not know what it wants. Is it dangerous? What does it want from her? But then Miss Bridger here just shoots it and it's dead. And the threat is over. We have the Spider-Man that's been, I don't know, blasted in the face or blasted in the stomach. And we have this carry-on Birdman creature. And that's it. So I just scrolled through my past videos to see if there is some kind of a connection, maybe something I missed. I couldn't find it out. And so the carry-on Birdman flies away. Just a moment ago that this creature wants to destroy this creature, and this creature, Spider-Man, wants to kill everyone else. So I don't know. She just. So there's a guy inside, and Miss Bridge is looking for her son, and he says it's him, but it's actually not her son, it's somebody else. How does this human came to be a supernatural elk? Don't know. And it seems that everything is going back to status quo. Even the pale, that's the spider creature, is just retreating and leaving people be. Like I said, just an issue ago, he wants to kill everyone. Now it's just, oh yeah, we're back by on square one or by square one. I'm not sure how you say it. We have this guy here hanging, and I thought, who's this? So this is the inspector, right? So MP, who was her protector, is now a little bit drunk. Is now a little bit coming a little bit forward. And he says that he is, eyeing the inspector. He has a thing for it, but she says, "No, you're just fooling yourself." But he says, "I can see it." But then she's being a catty person, and because MP is, wants to find or waiting for the love of his life. He's waiting for I don't know how many years, and she says, "Well, you're delusional because your girlfriend called." Hanny McDougal is not waiting for you anymore. It's been too long, and he blames her for being a little bit of cold bitch, right? And she's a little bit tipsy here, but then she is having a talk with the inspector, and so it seems that the Spider-Man, was called, I don't know, a Pinkerton. Again, I don't know what a Pinkerton is. I had to look that up. But at one point, with all these weird names and explanations, I just checked out. I wasn't interested in the story anymore. So he explains that something happened in the past that probably was the reason that people are transforming into these cursed, I believe it's a curse, creatures. Again, I could be wrong. And she talks about the guy that's been hung called Van Buren, who was an outlaw. This guy's hanging here on this exactly. And he did some. Oh, wait a minute. This goes a little bit too fast. So he had, intercourse with some kind of a thing, right? Unholy creature, let's call it that. And she's, I don't know, getting in heat because he's telling stuff that inquires to be naked and to people. You know what I mean? And other people, found out, shot him in the belly while this guy is shooting this guy, the pale, that become the pale. And I believe one of these people shot this creature, whatever it is. And then probably being responsible. And he says, well, she fled and we couldn't find her. Well, the detective, becoming the pale, is bleeding out while spider creatures are crawling in his wounds. How does it work? Don't know. And he's thankful because she is the one that killed the curse. Speaking of that elk creature. But what does the curse exactly do except making people crazy for more gold? I don't know. I like I said, I'm checked completely out. I don't know the whole. I cannot fit the puzzle together. We are in this godforsaken town near Klondike, I believe. I don't know, was it 1700, 1800s? I'm not sure. And there's a gold rush, and there's mystical cursed creatures doing something. I don't know why all these cursed creature wants to kill the normal people like I said, it's all mumbo jumbo to me. And Miss Pinkerton here, no, is it Pinkerton? No, it's Bridgerton. What's her word? Nettie Bridger wants to find her son. That's the whole goal of her story. But then she is, I don't know, like I said, getting frisky. But then he talks about something about the claim. Now, if you want to know what the claim means, check out my other reviews. It's the sites that people can buy to dig gold. And her son did that, but his son disappeared. And somebody got the claim and then sold it again to other people, for digging gold, etc., etc. It's some kind of a thing back in the day. But then he says, well, I cannot do it because you are a married woman. And he says, well, and we see a flashback to her pastor husband, who is a drunk and, beating her up and etc. And then she accidentally killed him. Why she is sharing that, I wouldn't know. And then he basically admits that he was the one that bought the claim and getting rich off it. Something like that. And probably he also knows what happened to her son. So this Indian guy has something to do with it. The detective, there is, still, I don't know, pulling his guts together. And then she talks about the girl, that creature. She says, you said she will run off. I said she tried. But all about me was blood and bluster. You know what I did? I staked the homestead claim. So I thought, okay, but did you kill it? Or is she angry that you want to kill her and she has escaped? And that was the reason that the curse, if there is a curse, questions. Don't know. Anyway, but it's all about money, right? So I'm skipping the stuff, and it seems that the pale, that's how they call it, she was pointing at her for a reason that she's maybe responsible for everything, but it was actually him, right? And he's talking about the carrion kid, the bird kid, spoiler kid, son kid, right? And he has some kind of advantage over it somehow for reasons that I don't know. Again, I have no clue what's going on. And then she says, basically that she was, how do I rephrase it? Well, basically, she just deleted the moose. The moose was probably some kind of other force that stood against him, right, along with the pail. But she got rid of him, and now he's free to do whatever he wants, except that the pail is still alive. So I'm not sure what's that all about, right? And then she said, "Don't touch me because I'm a respectable Christian woman." But oh no, here's the Klondike courant, or how do you say, paper, Pastor murdered in Skagway, her husband that she accidentally killed. So he says, "Well, you're a murderer now, and I'm gonna get rid of you to the gallows." But it won't come to the gallows. So why did you, damn woman, explain to him that you just accidentally killed your husband? So she's going outside, and the carrion kid is here, and he says, "I'm not gonna do it. No, my slave is gonna do it." And then she says, basically talking about her son, she says, "I'm sorry, I never found you, Caleb, and I'm sorry." And it says, "Mama?" Well, that is probably not really unpredictable at all. Because, well, 1 and 1 is 2. I thought it was the pail, right? So I was wrong. But still, probably in the next last issue, it's going to be all explained. But, to be honest, I don't really care. I really don't care. Like I said, the story completely eludes me because of all these weird acronyms and the way they are talking. I can comprehend a little bit of the story, mostly the most, but sometimes when they talk about, certain words, I mean, queer trinkets, what is that? What does that mean, right? What is a Pinkerton, right? What is his purpose? And then more stuff, right? What happened to this woman? Why did you shoot him? Only because he had sex with this unholy creature? Probably, maybe. Religion? I don't know. Word of God? I don't know. Like I said, it's too vague for me. So, since I'm checking out, maybe I'm reading this wrong. Maybe I'm just not smart enough to comprehend what this is all about. Maybe the slang that they are using here is a little bit too far away from me, that I'm not following exactly what's going on, that she suddenly can, I don't know, cry. This carrion creature had a chance to kill this thing off, but it didn't. Why? Don't know. How did they transform? Don't know. Why did she kill him? Don't know. Was she fed up that the creature is in its face? Don't know. Don't know. And the dialogue here, although, again, I respect the immersion that they try to use the same language from probably back in the day, I have no clue what they are talking about. It's too far away from me. So, for me, this is, not fun to read. And therefore, if it's not fun to read, I'm going to check out. And to be honest, even without the complex dialogue, if you can call it complex, it's still not engaging and fun enough to me when it comes to story. It's just, no. Anyway, but maybe you like it. I don't. Guys, let me know in a comment what you think about it. Did you read it? Maybe you can explain it to me because I don't have a clue. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.